Hello friends, I am Vijay Lohar and I am an IT professional. I have seen lots of students and network professionals have confusions about IP address. As it is a core part of network, today we are going to discuss about IP address in a very easy way. So here we proceed. If we have to define the IP address, it should be very clear and meaningful. Now, here is the question, what is IP address? So, IP address is a unique identification number of a host in a TCP/IP network. It is a 32-bit binary number divided in 4 parts. Each part contains 8 bits. Each part varies from 0 to 255 and each part is called octal or octet. Basically, the IP address is represented in decimal value. For example, 192.168.0.1 is an IP address. This is a perfect definition for the IP address where every word and content is important. Like IP address is a unique identity. You cannot assign same IP address to the multiple devices. Host is the device which will use an IP address, and TCP/IP is the protocol suite used by a particular network platform. Your IP address will be of 32-bit number and will be divided in 4 parts, and every part will be of 8 bit, and it can vary to 0 to 255. And we call octal or octet to every part. Basically, IP address is represented in decimal value. For example, 192.168.0.1 is an IP address. Please don't bother about 192.168.0. About how it comes. You will understand it further. So let's proceed. Each IP address contains 2 parts. It's a network part and the host part. Means 192.168.0.1 containing some network path and some host part. But which part of IP address will be the network part and which will be the host part is defined by classes of IP address and their subnet mask. So let's see what are the classes of IP address. There are 5 classes of IP address: class A, class B, class C, class D, and class E. Okay. When the first octal varies from 1 to 126, it will be in class A. When the first octal varies from 128 to 191, it will be in class B. When the first octal varies from 192 to 223, it will be in class C. When the first octal varies from 224 to 239, it will be in class D. And when the first octal varies from 240 to 254, it will be in class E. As you can see, there is no IP range starting from 127. There is missing. In class A, the IP range is starting from 1 to 126. And in class B, the IP range is starting from 128 and ending to 191. There is no 127 range. Actually, the IP range starting from 127 is reserved for internal machine testing. It is also called loopback address. So the IP range starting from 127 cannot be used as host address. The IP range starting from 224 is reserved for multicasting. So even this range cannot be used as a host address. And the IP range starting from 255 is reserved for broadcasting, and so even this range cannot be used for the host address. So now we understand what are the classes of IP address. Now the secondly we will learn about subnet mask. What is subnet mask? Subnet mask is also a 32-bit binary number divided in 4 parts. Each part contains 8 bit and varies to 0 to 255. Basically, the subnet mask is used to define which part of IP address will be the network part and which will be the host part. For each classes of IP address, there is a default subnet mask as given. For class A, 255.0.0.0, or in binary, first octal will be high bit and rest 24 bit will be low bit, or we can say that first octal will be high and rest 3 octal will be low bit. For class B, the default subnet mask will be 255.255.0.0, or in binary, first 16 bit will be high bit and rest 16 bit will be low bit. For class C, the default subnet mask will be 255.255.255.0, or in binary, first 24 bit will be on bit and rest 8 bit will be off bit. All the on bit or high bit of subnet mask indicate the network part of IP address, as all the off bit or 0 bit defines the host part of IP address. As we took an example of IP address in definition 192.168.0.1, the first octal of IP address 192 defines that it's a class C IP address. Hence, the subnet mask for the IP address will be 255.255.255.0, or in binary, first 24 bit will be high bit and rest 8 bit will be low bit. As said, all on or high bit of subnet mask define network part of IP address. So in 192.168.0.1, 192.168.0 is the network part of IP address, and the last octal 0 is the host part of IP address. Therefore, the question arises, how many address we can assign for host and how many network we can create in a particular class of IP address. For calculation, we use formula for host 2 to the power n minus 2 equal to host, where n is the off bit of your default subnet mask. Let's take an example. In IP address 192.168.0.1, the first octal 192 defines that it's a class C IP address. So the subnet mask must be 255.255.255.0, or first 24 on bit and rest 8 bit will be off bit. As the subnet mask says, on bit in the subnet mask will be the network part. So the first 24 bit of IP address, that is 192.168.0, is the network part, and the last octal will be address assignable host IP address part. According to the formula 2 to the power n minus 2, where n is the off bit or 0 bit of subnet mask, is 2 to the power 8 minus 2, where the 8 is the default off bit of your default subnet mask. Minus 2 is equal to 254. So we can say that we can assign 254 valid IP address in 192.168.0 network, and it can vary from 1 to 254. Thus, how many network we can create of such 254 hosts in class C? For calculation of network, we use formula 2 to the power n, where n is on or high bit of your subnet mask. So we can create 2 to the power 24, which is the high bit of your default subnet mask, and that will be 16.777.216 network. Now we can say in a particular class C network, we can assign 254 host address in a network, but we can create 16.777.216 network groups. Let's take another example of IP address like 172.16.0.1. In this IP address, the first octal 172 defines that it's a class B IP address. So the default subnet mask will be 255.255.0.0, or in binary, first 16 bit will be high and rest 16 bit will be low. There is 16 off bit for host, and according to the formula 2 to the power n minus 2 equal to host 2 to the power 16, which is the off bit minus 2, is equal to 65,534 assignable hosts on 172.16 network. Let's take another example of IP address 10.0.0.1. In this IP address, the first octal 10 defines it's a class C IP address. So the default subnet mask for the IP address will be 255.0.0.0, or in binary, first octal will be high and rest 3 octal will be low. Host on 10 network will be 2 to the power 24 minus 2, where the 24 is the orbit of your default subnet mask equal to 16,777,214 assignable host address. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you got a better concept about the subject. Please keep watching my video for more detail about IP address, subnet mask, classless interdomain routing, and VLSM, variable length subnet mask. If you like this video and found useful, please do subscribe and my channel for further topics. Thank you so much.